Hello, this is Boneman from ProjectSanctity, your source for game reviews and hands-on footage of the latest media. Here is our review for our Tonelico Qoga, Nell of RCL. Produced by Gus and released by NIS America for the US, our Tonelico Qoga is the third installment to the series of the first 3D game. This threequel follows about 2.5 years after the events of our Tonelico 2, if anyone really cares about that. For the main part, the installment follows the same guidelines as the previous games, but let's go over them.
This is no game of make-believe.
Our Tonelico Qoga is an RPG for the PS3. In our Tonelico, there are two types of characters, your melee-type characters like the protagonist Alto, and the Ravetales, who are the mage-like characters that are capable of casting song magic. The Ravetales that join you in the game come in fairly early, and they'll mostly be the deciding factor of how well you do in combat.
It has long been said that in ancient times, lyrics possessed extraordinary might.
The story revolves around Alto, a steeplejack, and Saki, a Ravetale that is on the run from the Clestanian army. As the story progresses, other characters show themselves, secrets are revealed, and the depth of the story grows thicker. And that's what really matters in an RPG, the story.
I wouldn't be able to be a bomb if I weren't.
I guess you're right.
The world is well made and artful, and exploring it is enjoyable. Some areas seem somewhat small, but with a random battle gauge at the bottom right of the screen, it always seems to fit perfectly. Whenever I've emptied the gauge, I would be very close to the exit, so lack of experience points wasn't normally an issue. Cities are engaging, and special talk topics can be found throughout your travels to further your relationships with the Ravetales.
You've decided to accept me. I'm very thankful for that.
The combat has taken a major change from the previous R Tonelico games by switching to real time. The feel of combat matches the Tales games, but with a slightly larger field and somewhat different strategy. You control only one character at a time, while the AI uses the rest. Although combat is straightforward and simple, there are instances that causes issues. If an enemy is ignored for a set period of time, that enemy usually goes for the Ravetale, causing problems not just for the caster, but the whole party. This is great for strategy, timing, and all-around fun.
The goddess? Are you serious?
The Ravetale in battle will sing the entire time, which causes the burst gauge to climb. By attacking at certain times, the heart on the bottom right of the screen will grow and eventually say Purge Ready. Holding down a certain trigger button and shaking the controller will purge your caster, removing a portion of her clothes and causing a burst gauge to climb even faster. Using this strategy brings devastating attacks and will ultimately be your way for winning a battle.
What makes you think such a beautiful and graceful girl could be a dude?
The Cosmosphere makes a return, allowing Alto to dive into the core of the Ravetales and, in turn, increasing the relationship between them for each level of the Cosmosphere cleared. Diving can unlock Humas, which are like song spirits, and can make your devastating attacks even more powerful. Diving reveals the true feelings of the Ravetales, their humorous nature, and is a feature that is all around enjoyable.
Anyway, bro, if you have time to fret over her, go encourage her instead.
Of course, you must take the good with the bad in any game. Button mashing is required if you want to complete a full combo of basic attacks, and even then, sometimes it can be interrupted by spikes of lag. Even though both the scenery and the character models look nice in themselves, when they're put together, they clash. It is almost like two different art styles are trying to work together and failing. When moving up and down steps, you tend to bounce, and in some areas, it seems that Alto's legs are moving faster than what he is.
Saki, you okay with this?
The music is interesting in this game because certain songs are combined, creating unique battle music. Sometimes it sounds good, while other times it's a bit haphazard compared to the previous games. The voice acting at the beginning of the game is terrible, and some inconsistencies with combat can be dampening, but don't let that stop you from making a purchase. Our Tonelico has a strong and compelling story, a great cast of characters, and enough humor to keep you wanting more. And with the 40+ hours of gaming backing it up, you will be enjoying it for quite some time. Our Tonelico Qoga, Nell of RCL, gets a 4
I'm a girl, you little panty waist!
out of 5.